I have a question. I have been in my house 18 and a half years,
Hmm.
and I have a 4.99 rate. And yet on Credit Karma, it says it's a 30-year fixed rate. Credit Karma says I've only paid off about 40% of my mortgage, or less than 40% of my mortgage, which doesn't sound right to me.
Mm.
And my bank claimed that that's not true.
Okay.
So I was wondering about that, but at the same time, I'm about to sell the house as soon as possible
Right.
before it's too late in the next month or two at the most. But I am still curious about that and if there's something I can do, because I've also noticed in the last year, especially since the summer, it seems like my balance has barely changed all these months, and I'm paying a fortune.
Right.
I'm paying 15, 17 a month for my
Hmm.
mortgage.
Well, let me talk to you about that just a little bit. On average, it takes about 20 years into a mortgage just to pay off half. You pay off the second half in the last 10. Can I prove it to you?
Yes,
Okay. So, Ms. Deanna, what was about the original amount of your loan, please?
156.
156,000. 30-year loan?
Yes,
Interest rate
4.99 fixed.
4.996.
It's a fixed rate, fixed.
Okay. Oh, 4.99 fixed. Okay, got it. All right. And so what I'm going to give you here is just the principal and interest payment. All right. So we had $156,000 at 4.99, and that makes a principal and interest payment of 436.49. We have excluded taxes and insurance. So now we're going to go down. So if you have 156,000, all right, I'm going to put a calculator on the screen. So what we're doing here is we're going to take the 156,000, okay, and divide it by 2. Cut it in half. All right, divide it by 2. So half of that is about 78,000. Okay, so if you're paying this mortgage, we can look at where we get down to about 78,000 where you owe. Okay, so I'm looking at the principal balance, and we're just going to scroll down until we get about to 78,000, and we're going to figure out how many years it takes. So we're going down 78,000, 78,000, because you may have paid extra. That's my point. But
Yes.
the bank says if you just follow our program, once you get down to 78,000, look here, 78,901, 240 payments. Isn't that 20 years? You pay off the last 78,000 in the last 10 years. How about that? That's the way it's designed.
Wow.
Okay. So how much do you owe right now?
Right now, the balance is 77,000 and something.
So 77,000, the amount of money that you've paid extra actually has taken off maybe 3 payments over the life of your loan. Because at $77,369.54 owing, it would normally take about 243 payments to get there. Normally, if you just made the minimum payment. But if you paid a little bit extra, you can get there a little early. From my calculations, you've actually saved yourself about 3 payments.
I have.
Yes. If you still owe $77,000, because once you get down to 76,000, you're at 244 payments.
Okay, it's 77 something. It's closer to 78. I should have said that.
Yeah. So we got $77,800, 78,000. So 78,000 is 241 payments. 77,882 left to pay is at 242 payments. So you're still right around 20 years into it, and you've paid off half. So you haven't paid 40%, we paid off half. So the bank was right. But
You know what?
yes, ma'am.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm mixing up my depths. I should have had the exact figures for you, but it's like 87. It's 87, not 77.
87? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah.
87 and change.
Yeah, then
Close to the 88.
then they were right, because
Oh.
87,000 would put you at 223 payments or 222. So that is a year and a half off of 20 years. So you're at about 18 and a half years into your mortgage, And that would be about 40% paid off. So you're right.
So it should be how much paid off at this point?
Well, if you're 18 and a half years in, then it's exactly right.
Less than 40%?
About 40%. And a year and a half from now, you'll be at 50% paid off.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.